Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people! Systemera dropped the elevated update for Astroneer on June 17th, so let's take a look at what's new, what's changed, and talk about first impressions. We will also take a look at a sneak peek of a concept that might provide some hints as to what is coming in a future big update for Astroneer. And at the very end, I will give you an update on upcoming Astroneer Academy videos. Let's begin with what is new by way of the large battery. You can unlock it in the research catalog for 16,000 bytes and create it on the medium printer from 2 lithium and 1 zinc. When unpacked, it is a large tier 3 item and, in terms of power, it will store a total of 8,192 U and can discharge that power at an output rate of 25 units per second. If you are discharging it at that full output rate, it will take just under 5.5 minutes to completely deplete it. And while I didn't time it, I'd say that is about how long it took to fully charge as well. We also have a couple of new and unique stacked platforms. They will both require 500 bytes each to unlock them in the research catalog. The medium stacked platform is created on the small printer from 2 resin and features 2 medium tier 2 storage slots and 4 power cable plugs. The large stacked platform is created on the medium printer from 3 resin and it features 2 large tier 3 storage slots and 4 power cables. Similar to other platforms, each of these can be locked into place to prevent them from being accidentally picked up. The really cool party trick that each of these platforms employs happens when you place items on the lower section. The upper section will automatically raise or lower to accommodate the item on the lower section. And then we have the new print filters for all 3 printers. Each one is unlocked for 500 bytes in the research catalog and are crafted from 1 to 3 resin on your backpack printer, small printer, or medium printer. To use the print filters, simply place one on the platform and then place a printer on top of it. Then interact with the print filter to select entire categories of items that you wish to disable or enable. It should be pointed out that if there is no printer attached to the top of a print filter, it will not be functional and the display panel will not allow you to make any selections. Also, you can place smaller printers on top of larger print filters. So for example, you could place 2 medium printers on the large printer filter or 4 of the small printers. When a category is disabled in the print filter, it will not appear in the respective printer's control panel. So while my small printer on the print filter is limited to just vehicle related items, the other small printer on that platform can still print everything a small printer could ever print. The elevated update also includes a handful of bug fixes, and you can check those out in the patch notes. There are also some new cosmetics and exo outfitters, and the Pride Visor sets should remain available through at least the end of this month. Plus, there are several cosmetic items offering a solid discount. So let's talk about first impressions of the update. Let's get the obvious thing out of the way. It has been a while since we had a nice big update that offers anything in terms of new gameplay. This update is a smaller one and does not change that. Yet, this is the type of update I enjoy most. One of my favorite things in Astroneer is base building, and I have spent the past several years wishing and hoping for new platforms, new power items, simply anything that will allow me to break out of the mold of using the same items over and over. Give me a couple of new platforms, and I suddenly have dozens and dozens of hours of new gameplay as I discover new ways to use those new platforms. So the stacked platforms, to me, are a very welcome addition. Likewise, I have often wished for a higher capacity battery. I have a lot of huge automation builds, and for an extra challenge, I like to try to power them exclusively via solar or wind power, supplemented by batteries. That means I have some bases with an absolutely absurd number of batteries scattered about to ensure things keep running around the clock. The large battery, with its appropriately large capacity and output rate, should help me consolidate a lot of that. It would be cool if we had some extra large storage silos that I could drop these batteries onto, but I am still happy to have them even if they will require a few extra platforms to deploy them. Then there are the print filters, and these are absolute gems. I don't think many people would disagree with me when I say the menus for the printers can be cumbersome at times. Unless you have memorized what category is in which row, you spend a lot of time scrolling through all of the options until you find what you are looking for. More often than not, when I'm printing a lot of things, they tend to be from just a few categories. For example, when I'm printing everything I need for a fully kitted out large rover to take to a new planet, I have often wished we could have the old vehicle bay back that served a very specific purpose. Well, now I can pretty much accomplish that. I can filter all 3 printers to vehicle-related categories and set them up in a designated spot, and now I have somewhere I can go and quickly produce those items. Or if I know I'm going to need a lot of different platform and storage items, I can hide all the other categories and be left with a much more streamlined interface. All things considered, I am really pleased with this update, and I truly would not mind more just like it. Give me more platforms, more storage, more power production and power storage, and just more of everything I can build a base with, and I will be happy for weeks and months on end. But it would seem that System Era is also thinking big, as indicated by a little teaser at the very end of the patch notes. This is identified as nothing more than a concept at this stage, with no promises that we will ever see it in the game. It is, however, a glimpse into the scale of what is in development for a big update. And yeah, I can see the big in this thing. Look closely at this image. That tiny vehicle up front is a large rover and provides a sense of scale for how enormous this thing is. There is a single large shuttle in each of those towers, and it appears that there is an incredibly large auto arm for each shuttle bay. There also appears to be a mechanism on a rail that, I'm guessing, would slide left to right to supply items to those 4 huge auto arms. I think it is fairly clear there is some automation happening here, but to what end is anyone's guess. I have seen a lot of speculation already that this could be a shuttle port to establish automatic shipping between different planets. And I can see that as a possibility. If you have this big thing on one planet and on another one, or even a smaller outpost version of it on another planet, they can send rockets back and forth, loading and unloading items and resources automatically. But like I said, I have no idea what this actually is or what it will be used for. I do know, however, that no matter what it does, I want it in the game. It just looks so cool. The one thing this teaser did not mention was any timetable for this big update. The patch notes actually begin with an apology for the lack of a 2025 Astroneer update roadmap and states that System Era is still planning and date wrangling with the full year's schedule. Game development takes time, and I would rather be patient and wait for something good rather than receive an update full of items that are buggy or only half finished. So that's it for the elevated update and the small sneak peek of future content. Now I'm curious to know what you think of the update and what you think this concept art could be. Head down to the comments to share your thoughts, or just drop an emoji into the comments that sums up how you feel about the update. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button as well. And if you love Astroneer, you definitely want to subscribe to my channel. I feature news covering all Astroneer updates, limited time events, and developer streams that showcase upcoming content. And I plan on doing the same for all Starseeker related news. Plus, my channel is home to the best, the most comprehensive, and the highest quality guide to Astroneer in existence, Astroneer Academy. Feedback from new players and those who have been Astroneers for years all agree that they have learned a ton of useful information that they never knew about Astroneer. I know it's been a while since that series has had any new videos, but I am still hard at work behind the scenes putting together the scripts for the 3rd semester. Look, here's a screenshot of the table of contents from the Astroneer Academy textbook. I have written nearly 100 pages for the 3rd semester alone. I am currently putting the finishing touches on courses covering Awakening, and then I can move on to the final topic, Glitchwalkers. Once all of the courses are written, I will begin turning them into videos, so all new Astroneer Academy videos will be coming soon. In the meantime, some Astroneer Academy extra courses should be appearing in the next couple of weeks to cover the new items that were introduced in the elevated update. You don't want to miss any of it, so be sure to get subscribed. you can enjoy videos from a variety of other games on my channel as well. So, with all of that done, until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.